West Holmes Knights Football Weekly Preview Show on WKLM.
This week's Knights Football Weekly Preview Show brought to you by Village Motors in Millersburg. I'm Matt Quay alongside Mike Kenzie, and West Holmes, of course, suffering their first loss of the season at Licking Valley this past Friday by the final score of 40-35. And Mike, goes back and forth, a really exciting game all game long, but in the end, Licking Valley got that final score of the game, and that was enough.
Yeah, it was a battle, like you said, and these kids are, they're battlery proven, and one loss is not going to ruin your season, I mean, right now, the most important thing for these boys is how they're going to react, if they're going to get back up and fight. And I know they are fighters, so I think they're going to come back and they're going to play a good game this Friday.
And despite the loss, still a lot of positives come out of the game, including the offense, Mike. Over 600 yards of offense. Morgan Smith, a school record, over 540 yards passing. So the offense still looking pretty good. Yeah, they definitely can move the ball up and down the field. Like we've talked all year, we've got a lot of weapons. We're explosive. We just had one bad night. And, we didn't have that bad of a night. We just, didn't have a good enough night. Give Licking Valley some credit, too. Obviously, he won a lot of the explosive-type plays, but all of those short yardage-type situations, and pretty efficient with that throughout the night. Licking Valley is very well coached. They've had a coach that's been there a long time, and you can just tell the way the boys were playing on the field. I know one time when we brought Kyle Maltrich into the game that they knew, they were aware where he was, what he was going to do, and, and still not enough. West Holmes, of course, with that loss now 2-1 of the season. Of course, that snapped the school record 23-game regular season win streak. With more on that and also more on this week's opponent, Mansfield Seniors, begin OCC play. Let's go out to Knight Stadium with Jake Seidel along with head coach Zach Gardner.
Thanks, Matt. Here with West Holmes head coach Zach Gardner. Coach, a tough way to end a streak on last Friday down at Licking Valley, but some positives come out of that. 626 yards of total offense, and Morgan Smith sets the school record for a single game with passing yards with 547. What can you tell us about your offense and the night they had?
Yeah, obviously that hurt really bad last week, and it should hurt bad. Whenever you put a lot into things and it doesn't go the way that you want it to go, it hurts. And our kids put a whole heck of a lot into this football program and preparing for games. So, the tears that we shed on Friday are going to be turned into good. The sun came up Saturday morning. We're healthy. Our kids learned a lot of valuable lessons against a quality Licking Valley opponent. We came out and we had one of the best practices we've ever had on Monday morning, Labor Day morning, 8:30 a.m., going out there and grinding. And, we had a lot of positives as well. You look and, after all that, we came, half a foot away from winning the football game if that spot would have went our way at the end. And, you go back and you look in a game like that and you see all kinds of plays where you think if that would have went, a different way, obviously the game, would have went in our favor. But that's a learning lesson, man. We got a lot of young kids that made a lot of mistakes, man. And the best part about this is that our kids understand that, when they make a mistake, they learn from it and they keep pushing to get better from it. So, we had a lot of positives Friday night as well.
And Nate Fair was one of those positives, a big 75-yard touchdown grab from him. What can you tell us about his work ethic and how that helped you get into that halftime with that 1-point lead?
Yeah, he exemplifies everything that we want from our football program. He's selfless. He's tough. You go put on the film and you'll see all these catches and touchdowns he makes, but go watch the young man block. Go watch him run from one side of the field to the other. The effort that he gives, he's one of those seniors that's really put the team on his back and done a lot of good for us.
You got OCC play starting off. It's, bouncing back is a part of high school athletics and a chance to bounce back against Mansfield Senior. What are you expecting to see out of the TY Tigers, and what are you guys doing to get ready?
Yeah, they're super talented. They're super well coached. Choki Bradley does such a great job up there. I say this all the time. It's one of the best stories in the state of Ohio, what he goes out and does and getting those kids to invest in the football program and then getting them to the next level to live their dreams. So, he's making kids' lives better up there. So, we have immense respect for Mansfield and Coach Bradley and his team, and we're competing real hard for what we expect to be a hard-hitting football game.
Coach, thanks for your time today. Good luck Friday against Mansfield Senior.
Thank you.
Here with West Holmes, Nate Fair. Nate, you had a 75-yard touchdown grab that puts your team ahead by 1 going into halftime. Can you walk us through that play a little bit and what was going through your head?
Yeah, we've been repping that play all week. It was actually a revenge play from last year. Last year we played the same play, and I didn't quite make the catch, but Morgan Smith threw a great ball only where I could get it, and I came up with the grab.
You talk about Morgan Smith and throwing a great ball. He had a fantastic game, breaking the West Holmes single-game passing record. What's it like to have a quarterback like that who is a junior and he's that much developed already?
It's awesome. He's so versatile. With his legs, he can move around. He has a great arm. He makes great reads. He's stepping up for the team greatly, and it's awesome.
You've got Mansfield Senior this week to open up conference play. They felt a very good Massillon team last week. What are you expecting out of the TY Tigers, and what are you guys doing to get ready for that game?
Yeah, they're a very talented team. We just have to practice hard this week, raise the intensity at practice. Scout team has given us the best look as possible, and we just need to prepare for them and be ready to play on Friday night.
Well, thanks for your time today. Good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Send it back to Matt Croy at Village Motors.
All right, Jake, thank you. Alongside Mike Kinsey once again from Village Motors. And Mike, Village Motors-wise, again to that point of year here now to the fall, kind of those year-end deals coming in as well here at Village Motors.
Yeah, we're coming to the point where we can no longer order the 23s, or they're just coming on to the end where you can't order them in the 24s. So, yeah, it's a transition period right now. Hopefully this year we'll have more inventory than we did last year, but things seem to be going in the right direction.
Biggest thing is stop on by here and see what you have, or if you don't have it, you can certainly ask about that, right?
Yeah, that's loosened up a little bit. You know, prior the last couple of years, we haven't been able to do a lot of dealer trades, but obviously if we don't have it, we can look for it or we can order something for you. So come on down. We can still do business.
Stop by and see them. That's Village Motors on Worcester Road in Millersburg, or on the web, villagemotorsinc.com. West Holmes here in Week 4 will begin Ohio Cardinal Conference play on the road again. They'll take on Mansfield Senior, who comes in with a record of 1-2. The Tigers against very stiff competition, though, as their two losses coming to St. Vincent St. Mary and Massillon. Their one win this year came off the defending Division III state champions, Canfield, by the score of 24-14. West Holmes, though, they've defeated Mansfield Senior the last 3 years, including last year a 37-7 victory over the Tigers last season for West Holmes. Their last loss to Mansfield Senior, that was back in 2019. Matt Roy alongside Mike Kinsey once again here. A Tigers team that's always dangerous, Mike. This year led by Amar Davis, their star wide receiver. He's set a school record this year, over 2,000 yards for his career. So that's a guy the West Holmes will have to pay attention to.
They're always deep. And, you know, it's interesting that you say they haven't beat us since 19. We've got a target on our back. All these teams, you know, we're the defending champions. We've undefeated. You know, we've had a lot of wins. Everybody has West Holmes scheduled or circled on their schedule this year, and it's going to be a good game. It's going to be exciting, and that's all we can ask for.
Should be a lot of fun here. And obviously, Kyle Malters, you kind of referenced it there earlier, the fact that he was able back in the lineup and playing last week, and good to have him back on the field for West Holmes.
He's definitely a threat. And like I had mentioned earlier, they were aware that he was coming in. They couldn't still stop him. I mean, we get people healthy, get a little bit more games under our belt. You know, it's not over, folks. I mean, we've lost one game. We're going to make the playoffs. We're okay.
And at this point, the OCC still goes through West Holmes, right? Until you beat them, they've won it the last 3 years here. So obviously, West Holmes still the champs kind of going in.
Absolutely. Like I said, we are the team to beat. And don't forget that, fellas. You're the team to beat, so keep playing hard, and good things will happen.
We'll see what happens this Friday night. We will be video live streaming the game this week on the WKLM YouTube page. That is in conjunction with Claxton Communications on the WKLM YouTube page again this Friday. We're also on FM 95.3 and WKLM-FM.com. Our hometown football Friday night pregame show begins at 6 p.m. as per usual. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. For Mike Kinsey, I'm Matt Croy. Also special thanks to Jake Seidel, Zach Gardner, and Nate Baer. And that's been this week's Nice Football Weekly Preview Show, brought to you by Village Motors in Millersburg.
Thank you for watching the West Holmes Knights Football Weekly Preview Show on WKLM.